Hello, my name is Chris Hope and I'm a podiatrist from Entire Podiatry. Today I'd like to talk to you about what sort of features to look for when buying a pair of school shoes for your child. The first feature to look for is the width of the shoe. You like to make sure the shoe comes in multiple widths. You want to make sure that the little toe doesn't rub on the side part of the shoe. If it does, then the shoe is not wide enough for the foot. The length of a shoe, 15mm from the end of the longest toe, whether it be the first toe or the second toe, 15mm, no more than that. If it is, you'll find there be too much movement of the foot inside the shoe. The back of the heel of the shoe, you want to make sure it's nice and firm. This has got a polypropylene heel counter on it. You will find some shoes, this is just an example, are very weak at the back of the heel. You'll find it will not give your child adequate support, and you'll find the shoe will not last very long before it wears out. The heel grip of a shoe, when your child is sitting in the chair, just pull down on the back of the shoe while the shoe is tied up. Make sure there's not too much heel movement. If there is, then the shoe's not ideally giving your child's foot enough support. The depth of the shoe, at the forefoot, which is the front part of the shoe through here, you want to make sure there's adequate width. If you find there's too many crease lines at the front part sort of through here, then you'll find the shoe's too deep. Ideally, either wear a thicker pair of socks or put an insole on the front part of the shoe there, just lift the foot up a little bit. The lacing gap. The lacing gap is the width between the two bits of leather here where the laces are. You want to make sure you've got no more than 15mm gap between those two bits of leather there. If it's too wide or too narrow, then the shoe is not going to be ideal for your child's foot. The top lines of a shoe, ideally these top parts sort of through here should neatly sort of support the ankle. You want to make sure that the bony parts of the ankles aren't rubbing. If they are, what you can do is put a heel raise in the back of the shoe and just lift the heel up a little bit so it doesn't rub on the side. When walking, what you want to do is just make sure there's not too much heel slippage. Make sure there's no gaping occurring either side of the shoe there as well. So just observe your child walking inside the shoes as well. The instep part of a shoe, which is this Mary Jane styles through here, the Velcro straps, you want to make sure they're firm enough, and you want to make sure they're the right length to suit your child's instep height. Some children's feet are quite high or quite low in the arch, so you just want to make sure this instep bar through here is adequate for your child's foot. Just as a note, a lace-up shoe is always more supportive, and we always generally recommend a lace-up shoe in preference to a Velcro shoe. Just to note as well, if your child does have orthotics, you want to make sure ideally that the shoe has a removable footbed. Take your orthotics with you to the shoe shop and make sure that the orthotics can fit inside the shoe, because you will find that that's important when you buy shoes. Anything unusual you find with your children's feet, or if you'd like further advice with your children's feet, please give Entire Podiatry a call. Thank you.